Yo, what's up, everybody? It's the first edition of the Trap and Trucker. When I was telling y'all, I'm here with these trucks, you know what I'm saying? Doing what I do, fresh off the field. Hit a dime, took it on the chin. So I don't soul everybody stand on that. At the end of the day, what I did, I wasn't at home with the half house in school. Got a CDL, and I'm out here pushing that machine up. What that is, is driving this truck, still dropping that back out, come back about it. So right here, I'm trying to get the century, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, I'm just out here trying to motivate other people to know what my struggle is. Pretty much what I've been through. So pretty much this is the first edition of the Trap and Trucker edition. I'm just trying to be doing a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, pretty much dropping what I consider the truth. What y'all take them as, what y'all take them as, what I consider the truth. Just to open it up to the public, spit it out there. Y'all want to listen, feel free to open up. Voice your own opinion or whatever to me, please make sure. That's all I ask. Everybody definitely got their own opinion or whatnot. Definitely truly understand that. At the end of the day, everybody's opinion is not counting. Things gotta make sense. Not to sit right here and act like everybody needs to count as worthless. Everybody's opinion might not be. It's definitely worth entertaining, but it might not be worth reading. Makes sense. That's what it should be. I'm around and trying to figure out which otherwise. So I gotta stand on what I believe in. We can call it a debate, we can call it therapy, we can call it whatever y'all want to call it. At the end of the day, because therapy and a debate is good for both parties. So you got your mind right now. Listen to whatever. So, like I said, the first name session right here, I'm gonna call this, you know what I'm saying, transitioning from a boy to a man, basically. You know what I mean? This one right here, I consider this one was definitely out to the little shorties out there, the young boys growing up. Young boys trying to grow up and figure out a way basically to get that money without having to worry about risking prison or whatnot. So basically one thing I definitely say, growing up as a youngin', one thing, all I can do is give my experience and say what helped me and what made me any person. I'm still trying to be that day. I ain't on here trying to sound perfect. I ain't on here trying to sound like I'm better than anybody else. I ain't on here for none of that. I'm just on here to tell what I think and what I consider is my things that helped me when I was young. So that's all I'm gonna do. Like I said, if it helps you, that's my thing. So what I'm gonna say is, what I'm saying, one thing about you as young growing up, they always find you a person. Whatever age it might be, always find you a person who's up to someone that you idolize, that you say every that you like. Not necessarily the street. I ain't even on the streets. I ain't out here on the streets. I don't take no maybe at the end of the day. But what I will say is, other ways. So I'm saying, find you somebody successful. Study them. Never be afraid to ask questions. That's a lot of people's problem. A lot of people are afraid to ask questions. They don't want nobody to think they less of a man or woman, so they don't want to ask questions. That can always keep you from growing. The more questions you ask, the more you're gonna learn. So that's one thing that always helped me in life. I was never afraid to ask questions. Always ask questions about anything. So no matter how dumb you think it might be, ask them. Only questions, dumb questions, is one you don't ask. So always ask that. To always be observant. Pay attention to your surroundings. You'll be amazed at what you can learn from another person. You just watch people, you can learn something from every person. It might not mean nothing at that time, but if you just watch people in general, you can pick up on something from every person. So just be observant and watch people and learn. If when you watch people, one thing you're gonna gonna gain, and one thing you're gonna learn about watching people, you're gonna learn how to read people. You're gonna learn those actions. I'm sure y'all hear the actions speak louder than words. So basically what I'm trying to say is, when you can learn how to watch people and study people, eventually the more you watch them, the more you will understand how people move. Because every action is a reaction, basically. That's what I'm going to say. So basically, if a person is basically looking mad, they're going to look mad. If a person is angry, they're going to look angry. If a person is happy, they're going to look happy. Even if a person is jealous, it's a certain look that a person is going to look. Like if they're jealous, you just gotta that take investment right there to learn how to read that jealousy. You gotta experience that. So you gotta experience being somebody before you really experience jealousy. I ain't saying some people ain't already somebody. You are. You know what I'm talking about. Like I say, you got a lot of swag, you pretty or whatever. Man or woman, yeah, you might know what I'm talking about. When you bring that money, yeah, that's what. But as of what I'm saying, read people. You will learn how to read people and learn how to read people and read body language and keep you safe in life. That will keep you ahead of the game. Learning how to read body language keeps you ahead of certain situations and can keep stuff from happening to you. Keep your life from being in danger because you'll be more aware of situations versus unaware because you've been studying people for so long. Now you know what to look for. When that person on that gram or whatever, you know what it looked like. You know the keywords to look for. You know the facial expressions, the clutching. You'll know what to look for. Therefore, you'll be ahead of, you'll be one step ahead and know when it's time to move, when it's time not to move. Being observant is so important. So important. You can learn so much from that. Another thing, jealousy. If I understand that jealousy is a word that people don't like and everything, but it's a fact. It's something that I'm not gonna say we all experience, but a lot of people experience it, might not realize it, but I'm not gonna say nothing's wrong with it, but it's a feeling. It's something that a person can't keep from happening. But the thing about it, if you can trade that jealousy in for motivation, whatever person that you see them doing to absolutely make you jealous, and substitute it for motivation, and you do things to get what they got, get whatever you want just like that person. Jealousy doesn't do nothing but harbor your growth. That's all they do. All they do is keep you from growing to being the person you want to be. It's because you're sitting back worrying about what someone else got going on versus what you should have going on or what you could have going on. Worried about other people's problems or good or bad is not going to help you. Feeding into other people's good or bad is not going to help you. Feeding into other people's business is even a form of jealousy. Because at the end of the day, everybody's business is not everybody's business. So if you want to talk about people's business, that can be a form of jealousy just because reason being because it's none of your business. Everybody want to say they're real, but at the end of the day, people don't really understand how hard it is being real. Being real, you cannot tell a lie. It ain't all about gun busting and all that. It ain't all about that, but I'm going to get on that on another time. This will be another live. I got that too. Another thing when you're growing up as a young and trying to grow to be someone, never be afraid to be by yourself. There's nothing wrong with alone time. When you're alone, you can gather so much information from yourself that you will be amazed. When you give yourself quality time just to sit back and analyze your thoughts and figure out what makes sense. A person will be so amazed at what they can learn from just sitting back alone. When you're around a group of people, friends, or whoever that may be, sometimes you spend more time entertaining their thoughts and thoughts that are not that important versus thoughts that could help you go to the top. So you can be strong enough to stand alone, That's when you'll learn stuff about yourself that you never knew. And that's when you'll really find out who you are. You'll really find the importance of who you are when you can give yourself some alone time. That is one thing that really strives me to come up with ideas and stuff like this right here in my hair, like this right here across my face. Everybody might not like it, but at the end of the day, what it boils down to is a train of thought. You might not like what I got across my face, but at the end of the day, what that boils down to is a level of creativity. Because I figured this out on my own. I'm the only one in the world with this. So every bit of this is off of me. So I figured this out. So at the end of the day, you gotta get credit when it's due for just that much right there, for being a trendsetter. Being able to figure out something on your own. I created this. It's a creation right here. One day I'm gonna patent this and I'm gonna sell it and I'm gonna get paid off being a creator. You know, but all of that came from giving myself alone time. Giving myself alone time to where I could just study my thoughts and figure out what I want to do in life, where I might want to be in life. That is so important. That will take me places. Another thing that will take me places is very simple, but it's one thing that a lot of people struggle with. A lot of people struggle with this right here. And I think jealousy is the root to the reason why most people struggle with this. Well, people struggle with showing gratitude. Telling another person when they're doing good, telling another person when they look good, telling another person when they like what they got going on. When you can show a person gratitude in the long run, that will pay off so much, because that's like just giving a blessing to someone. Just tell them, hey man, I like that. That's gonna come around in the long run and show you some gratitude just for being there for somebody else. And another thing it's gonna do for you that a lot of people fail to realize, it's gonna bring you respect. Showing another person gratitude is gonna bring you respect. The person is gonna respect you for telling them how good they did and whatever thing that they did do, or how good they look. Because they're not used to that. They're not used to people being that honest. So when you can be that honest and tell a person how good they look, the person will really honestly truly respect that. And then when a person gives that back to you, you'll respect it, and that'll make you strive to do it more. There's nothing wrong with telling a person that you look good. There's nothing wrong with that. And like I said, once again, never be afraid to ask questions. Asking questions is definitely something that can really, really help. That's how you get wise. Some people wonder where wisdom comes from. But wisdom really, it comes from experiences, and it comes from asking questions and learning from other people's experiences. That's where wisdom comes from. So if you want to be wise and you want to be ahead of the game, you want to stay safe out here, and you want to have good relationships with your kids, your wife, your girlfriend, your family. You want to be wise, man. You want to be rational, man. You want to keep your level head, and put the emotions to the side, because that'll cloud you. Those emotions will cloud your thinking. So always put those emotions to the side. I understand it's hard. A lot of the stuff I'm talking about, I'm not going to say it's easy. But at the end of the day, you can transition from being a boy to a man versus a girl to a woman. Goals and principles is very key. These things that I'm talking about, we're not taught these things. People didn't give us these. This stuff right here, you can't go to college and get it. You can't go to high school and get this. Because to be honest with you, those people in college, those people that's teaching us in college, teaching people in school, they don't even know the stuff that I'm talking about. They're not taught this stuff. They wasn't given this stuff. So therefore, they don't even know. This stuff, it can't be really gave out. You just got to learn from your experiences, or hope you got somebody like me or Lady Dorsey. Lady Dorsey, shout out Lady Dorsey. Anybody ain't never heard of Lady Dorsey? Look, Lady Dorsey, a very wise woman. She speak that real. Nino Brown, shout out Nino Brown. Nino Brown speak that real. Shout out, Shelton, George Shelton, speak that real. And shout out to guys, man. Listen to those guys. We can learn a lot off YouTube. People that are regular just like myself, because I'm not putting myself on the pedestal. I'm just a regular person just like anybody else. But one thing I've done is I've been focused since I've been here. I've paid attention to a lot. So therefore I've learned a lot. I've been in prison for 10 years, coming in and out. I've done a lot. So therefore I've learned a lot. So all I'm saying is transitioning from a kid to a man, just pay attention to your surroundings and just be observed. Just give your word to someone. A lot of people will give their word and just not stand on it. That is so dangerous because when you give your word to people and don't stand on it, no matter if it's your girlfriend, your kids, or whatever, people can depend on your word. That burns bridges of trust when you give your word and you don't stand on it. So therefore you got people looking for you to take them up on whatever your word may have been, whatever you gave your word about. They're looking for that. When you don't do it, they burn bridges of trust. Nobody wants to burn a bridge of trust. And that's exactly what that does, because not keeping the word, now the person will wonder if they can trust you the next time. Who wants to burn a bridge of trust over something small? When one day you might need that person for something big. You might need that person for something that can really help you. And by you lying to them over something small, the person don't trust you to give you a handout because you lied to them. That stuff can harbor your growth in the long run. If you want to be successful, and you want to have a successful future out here, keep your word. Be honest with people. Be trustworthy. Be responsible. Not being responsible burns a bridge of trust. Be responsible. Young niggas, man. Young niggas. I hate to say niggas, but that's just that's where I come from. Man, I'm gonna tell you, y'all see me out here pushing this truck, man. All you got to do is go to school for 30 days, get that CDL. Get that CDL, man. You'll have that career, man. You can make it big bread, man. I'm gonna tell you, I wish I knew what I do now. I did about 10, 12 years doing state affair time off those penitentiary chances, not knowing no better. I ain't had nobody to give me this game. Not pushing nothing bad on them, but they didn't know. Most black people brought up still being slaves to this day because all they doing is working in the factory or looking for a job to work up under somebody else and slave up under the next man. To me, it's just modern day slavery to this day now. Black people call them to go get a job. Go get a job. Go get a job and work up under somebody. Ain't nobody got the boss mentality to go and be their own boss and get a job and invest in themselves. What's up with investing in yourself? Where the boss is at? Everybody want to be dope boys and say yeah, I get that money, but hey, it's more money in these legit bosses than this dope boy. Legit boss is tripling that money, if not more than that. Sometimes a dope boy lucky if you double it. Come on, man, street niggas, y'all know what I'm talking about. I did that thing since I was 13. Know what I'm talking about now. But I'm out now. I'm pushing this truck. Look at me, I'm laid back, I'm laid in the shade driving the truck. Laid in the shade, getting legit money, man. Still dropping that pack off. I ain't got to worry about them folks, man. I'm just trying to motivate everybody just to understand, man. It ain't all about the streets, man. It ain't all about the streets. Everything is a hustle, man. These legit bosses ain't doing them a flipping work. They flipping work too. They just flipping legit work. We blind and we can't see it, but all this stuff is about a profit. It ain't about the product, it's about the profit. We can go get that legit product and profit too. It ain't hard. All we gotta do is take that same focus that we give it to those streets, take that same focus and apply it to that legit boss. Apply that to that, and I guarantee you we'll go to the top. Just give it your all. Be patient. Don't nothing come overnight. We was in the street, that didn't come overnight. We was everything in the street. We was a protector. We had to protect that money. We was a chef. We had to cook that work. We was a deliverer. We had to deliver that work. We was on 24-hour call. We worked 24 hours a day, man. We just didn't realize. Look at all them jobs we did. Now I'm doing one job. All I am now, I'm just a deliverer. Just a deliverer, that's all. And I love it, man. I'm just delivering something else. I love it. I'm trying to motivate people to do the same thing, do what I do. So like I say, I ain't gonna talk y'all to death on this right here. This is just a little introduction. You know, something small. just for some young niggas or anybody, it might help. Not only young niggas, man, can just understand that there's nothing wrong with asking questions and knowing who to ask questions, knowing who to observe. You gotta follow somebody out here. You want to get to the top, you gotta follow somebody. To follow somebody, sometimes you gotta ask questions. You gotta bite that bullet, put that pride to the side. Put that pride to the side, ask them questions. Ask that boss man, yo man, how you do this? That's what I'm doing. Any type of field I'm getting into, I'm studying that field. And I'm going to them bosses and I'm asking them. I'm asking them questions, they give me the game. So I'm about to go to the top, legit boss. I ain't playing no games with y'all out here. I'm gonna be an example. I ain't just talking. I'm gonna be an example for this. Motivational speaker. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the world to school on what I consider a school. The hard knock life. I call it the hard knocks life because it's what we ain't taught. School of hard knocks. You ain't got that mind, you ain't gonna get it. You got to learn this yourself, so therefore you got to have a hell of a mind on your shoulders to learn this by yourself. School of hard knocks, baby. Ain't a whole lot to that. But if you focus, you got it. If you give it all, you got it. You just gotta give it your all. Ain't a whole lot to that. But hey, I'm gonna start dropping these videos, man. If you like this video, man, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. If you dislike, you can hit the dislike too. I ain't mad at you. An opinion is an opinion. You know, at the end of the day, because I'm not really on here to try to get paid. I'm on here just to give game to the world. And maybe the world can give me some game back, because I'm open. I ain't got all this. Some people on here, I can learn something from y'all too. So don't be afraid to speak up and give me some knowledge back if you got it. Anybody. Both, speak up. I love a debate. But one thing about a debate, we can go out one or two ways. Either I learn from it, or either the other person will learn from it. So at the end of the day, somebody will grow. So like I say, I'm going to be coming with another video tonight, tomorrow. And what that's going to be called is going to be the definition of a real nigga / real man. It's going to basically talk about what I consider the definition of a real man versus what a lot of people consider the definition of a real man. So like I say, that's coming real soon. So I got to get on this highway. It's raining a little bit out here. Stay tuned. Sometime I'm going to be showing the roads. I'm going to be showing these sharks out here in this world, how this wilderness is out here on this road too. So it's going to be a little bit of everything going on. I got the cars too. I got the whips. I'm going to be showing the whips too. So like I say, just tune in and stay tuned.